Hello and welcome to Night Tales. I'm Aston Hadley and today I'm with
Keith Barrow.
Welcome. Now you are a graduate, yes?
Yeah. So I graduated in 2024 with a communications degree, emphasis in radio, TV, film.
Interesting. And what originally brought you to SWAU?
So my brother actually came here in 2019, and when I was looking for schools to go to at the end of my high school experience, I wanted to go to an Adventist school, right? And when I was looking, there were a lot of cool options, but when I came here, I really liked how family-oriented the university felt, and I felt like I really could see myself really getting involved in the different activities on campus, especially because it's a smaller school as well. And I think in a larger school, I feel like I may have been a little bit lost, you know? So I really enjoyed like just how friendly everyone was here and how everyone knew each other, and so that's what really pulled me here.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
So since graduating, what has life looked like for you?
So I graduated and I actually went immediately to Austria. I served there for a year as a missionary. I did communications work, worked on the media team. I did videography, like live streams, social media management, kind of wherever they needed help with. And so I was there for a year and I just got back the 1st of October back to the US.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Now, what did you learn at SWAU? Like, how did that prepare you for what you do now?
Yeah, so honestly, so the classes I took here, the work that I did, because I worked in marketing and social media management all like 4 years when I was here at school. And so that work really prepared me to go and kind of bring my knowledge to a new environment. Because each team, you know, they all have different methods of how they do things, but they weren't teaching me like the basics. You know, I knew how to use Premiere Pro, I knew how to use Canva, all these things. I knew how to write. And so I think I was able to then kind of get a head start on then just kind of learning their workflow instead of learning from the bottom, oh, how do I use a camera, you know? And so, and also just by being able to get that kind of experience here as well, I was able to bring my knowledge as well to them and bring some new things and to that environment as well. So yeah.
Nice. That's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
What kind of obstacles have you faced since graduation?
Yeah. So where do I begin? No, but I think the biggest obstacle I feel like I faced, which is I think a lot of people face once they graduate, is kind of just stepping into a new chapter in your life, especially moving away from your friends and your family. Whereas in my case, I went to a different country, you know? And so I think that one of the biggest things that hit me was kind of experiencing a little bit of loneliness. I did meet some people there and they were amazing, and I had a lot of some friends there, but I think it was just different, you know, because I was so used to just, you know, going out of my room in the dorm and going to my friend's room, or, you know, just like, hey, let's go here, you know, after class or something. But now I was kind of in a different environment and a different kind of space where I was like, well, now like my community is now all over the place, you know? Right. And so I think that's something I had to learn, and that was the biggest obstacle I think that I struggled with for a few months, but I think I definitely learned how to just enjoy being by myself and independent and things like that. And I think that I grew a lot from just being able to learn that. So
Right, yeah, that is quite the change.
Yeah, definitely.
But what is one great story from your time at SWAU?
Yeah, so I have so many, I think. I was here for, 4 years? But I think that one of my favorite memories is working on my senior film project, and I think one of the most prominent times from that experience was my longest day when I was shooting. And I think I started around 10 in the morning, and I went up until, I'm pretty sure, like 9 or 10 in the evening. It was like a very long shoot day. It was like 3 different like kind of settings we were filming from. I was so tired, and it was so crazy. But I think that like after I finished that, I was like, oh, this was like so fun, even though I was so exhausted. And because everyone has such a busy schedule in college, there was a lot of times when I was kind of setting up things by myself, and I was trying to rush on like all these things and everything. But it was such a cool like kind of time to just be able to do that and kind of have that vision come to life. So I think that was like one of my a really prominent story that comes to mind.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But now you went to Austria and things. So what is one great story from Austria?
Oh my goodness. So Austria, you know, in Europe, you can travel very easily to different places. And so I took advantage of that. And I think one of the biggest, well, in the moment it wasn't funny, but it like now that I think about it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Is like when I was travel, a lot of times things don't go like your way, and one of the biggest times was when I was going from Austria to Italy to meet a friend, and I landed in Bologna, and I was going to take a train to Florence, but there was a strike apparently for the train systems, and I couldn't get to the train station. I was like literally like 20 minutes, and I was trying to get an Uber. I was trying to get nothing was like working because like everyone was trying to get to the train station there, and so I finally had to wait for a bus to get to the train station because my it was the last train leaving from the city, and if I missed it, I was gonna be stuck there, and so I got there like 30 minutes after the train left, and I was like, I'm stuck here for the night. And I called my friend. I was like, what do I do? And I mean, I'm traveling on a budget. I don't have much money, so I literally just walked around the city all night, like all night, because I didn't want to just like sleep on the street, And so that was a crazy experience. Like they were like when I first got stuck, I was like on the phone with my mom. I was like, I'm stuck here. I don't know where to go, So that was kind of crazy. But it's a cool story to tell. I like the next day I took like the first train out, which was like at 5 a.m. And I got to I went to my friend's house and everything, and we explored the city for us a day. So I didn't actually sleep for like 40 something hours. So that was also kind of crazy.
Wow.
But, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And something that you wouldn't imagine happening
No.
here.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. But I think like I after that, I was so used to like anything could go wrong, and I was like, nothing's worse than that. So I was ready for everything.
Yeah. Go through that. Yeah. Everything else easy.
Exactly.
Yeah. One last question. What's a word of encouragement you would share with the students viewing today?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that I feel I found the most encouraging is always like follow your dreams, follow your passions, and I think I'm a firm believer in if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life, And so I always encourage people, if this is your passion, this is your dream, go for it. No matter how small or big it is, now is the time to kind of accomplish those things and just like go. I didn't think I would be in Europe, honestly, but it worked out, and so it made those dreams may not be like as like that big. It could be something smaller, but whatever it is, just go for it now, because once you start like working, you don't have as much time to as flexibility to do other things. So now is the time to like take those adventures.
So this has been Night Tales with Keith Barrow. Thank you for joining us, and we will be back next time with a new story from a different graduate.
And so, one more question. You need tell us about the one faculty member who was the most inspirational, guiding force of light in your life that set you on that path, without whom you would be homeless, penniless, and living in a gutter. Ready and go.
Are you gonna ask me the question or did I answer?